I have a very special guest, Mr. Darren Stein, director of G.B.F. Let's get right into it. When does your movie come out?
It comes out on DirecTV November 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be in 22 million homes. It's like a 3-week VOD exclusive.
Cool.
And then it comes out in theaters January 17th.
Oh, that was my next question. Do
Yeah.
you know which theaters it's coming out in?
I know it's a 10-city release. Probably LA, New York, Seattle, maybe Boston. I'm not sure exactly where yet, but
Okay.
yeah. And then it'll be on VOD everywhere at that same time also, not just DirecTV.
Is there a planned DVD release for that?
Yeah, and then it'll be on DVD and Blu-ray.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright. Will it include digital copy?
I don't know. I guess is that the new thing? I think it will if it does.
Okay. Because then I could get it on my iPod and just watch it all the time and then learn to quote it. I'm already starting, I'm not gonna lie. There's some, oh my god, that screenplay.
It's great, yeah.
It's good. Okay, so, tell me about the filmmaking process for this movie. What was that like?
It was very collaborative. I found the script through the Outfest Screenwriters Lab. George Northey wrote it. He comes from, he was living in New York. And just very, I found this great DP, Jonathan Hall, who had done Teen Wolf, the series, to shoot the movie. So it was sort of a new look for him, because that's a very muted, a lot more sort of action-adventure kind of dark vibe.
Yeah, it's very dark.
Yeah, whereas this is like hyper colorful. It's a whole different like kind of high fashion pop look. So it was really fun to be able to work with him and get the the beauty that he does in his photography.
So would you say that overall this was a really fun shoot for you?
It was really fun. I mean, the actors were super collaborative. The writer George was on set every day, so we were constantly tweaking the script and. Some of the best lines a lot of the actors came up with, I think it was Homodorable? No, not Homodorable. No, it was, Horman. Ashley, from the Shlee character, when Caprice calls her a Horman instead of a Mormon.
Zosha's lines were some of my favorite.
I
think she's actually my favorite character, so. I heard that Raven Symone auditioned for this movie. Can you tell me about that?
Well, Raven didn't audition. We kind of came to her. We wanted her to play the Caprice character.
Oh.
And she did a couple readings for us. She actually, really loves the script and wanted to do it. And then she shot Sister Act. She did the musical Sister Act on Broadway. And I think she was just too tired because the shoot came right after she finished Sister Act and she wanted a break.
Oh.
So it just didn't work out with Raven. But she was awesome. I loved her. But I think we got a great Caprice with Zosha.
I agree. Would you work with Raven in the future?
Yes, for sure. I think Raven's awesome. I love her.
I have a lot of feelings about Raven, and they're all very good feelings. But I don't know. Okay, so what were some of the best and worst parts of filming for this movie?
The best was just sort of the joy we all felt, in being able to tell the story and create a teen comedy that sort of gives you all the romance and the comedy and the fashion and the music and just that excitement of watching a teen film while still being about, something that's important, which is the issue of a gay kid in school being accepted, being, ingratiated with the larger community at school. We wanted the gay lead of this movie to feel like he was just part of the crowd. Now, you're not in this film. He's not the sidekick. He's not the bad guy.
He doesn't die at the end.
Right. He's like the Lindsay Lohan or the Molly Ringwald. He's the star, and he exists in a heterosexual world. It's not a gay movie that's only so gay-centric that doesn't feel accessible to the bigger world. And we wanted the language of the film to feel like a Mean Girls or any other teen film you go to see.
Yeah. That was actually one thing I really appreciated about the movie was that the main character didn't die, or wasn't a bad guy or anything, because you just don't see a lot of that, and especially in school you learn all about how characters are coded as gay when they're the villains, because that's bad, and it's like, oh, see, this is different. How long did filming take?
It was like 18 days. I believe it was like 3 weeks. It was fast. I mean, it was a super low-budget indie film.
I think that might even be faster than the average Clint Eastwood shoot. He gets things done in like a month, and that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was fast. it was quick, but it was great, and
It all came together really well.
We didn't have trailers. The actors were all together, in one room together usually when we were shooting,
Mm-hmm.
and that created a sense of togetherness that you don't normally get on a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really nice.
One more question I wanted to ask about the casting process was, I remember you talking before about finding a lead role,
Mm-hmm.
and I know you cast Michael Willett as Tanner, but can you tell me about the process for casting the main character?
Michael was actually the writer. George loved him from United States of Tara, and he came to do a reading for us for Outfest, and we thought he was great.
Mm-hmm.
Really perfect for Tanner. He's had that combination of kind of nerdiness and geekiness, but definitely gay, but not overtly gay. Really likable. Just really he has an everyman kind of quality.
Mm-hmm.
And while still being larger than life like an actor.
Mm-hmm.
And when it came time to make the movie, we thought maybe we needed a bigger name, because these movies have I don't know, whoever the hot new young teenage Nick Jonas or something.
Oh. Well, I think you have Megan Mullally in there. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
People will go to see it for her alone.
No, I'm really excited that we were able to keep Michael as the lead, because I think you surround him with bigger names, and it just gives the audience the feeling of discovering somebody new, like watching, say, Molly Ringwald in 16 Candles,
Uh-huh.
Or Winona Ryder in Heathers, or Lucas.
I read in a couple interviews that you've done previously that you were looking at other actors for the role, but one thing I wanted to ask was, how important was it to cast queer people in the main queer roles?
It wasn't a huge issue for me, because I feel like at the end of the day it should be an actor who sort of plays the role the best. But after we did end up casting Michael and Paul Iacono as Brent, they happen to be gay, both of them, and they're out. I was glad that they're both sort of gay and out, because I feel like it gives kids out there just that feeling of, wow, I can crush out on this person, and boy, in real life he might actually like me. You know what I mean? That's a nice feeling to have. Knowing that
it is.
It's not straight actor again who is not gay, like someone like Jared Leto or Matt Damon and the Liberace, or Nick Jonas. So I think that's a great feeling, just knowing that they're both actually gay,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not really an issue in the movie or in real life ultimately at the end.
So what inspired you to direct this film? I know you found it at the screenwriting lab, but was it just the screenplay that stood out to you?
It's very rare to read a script and to laugh out loud, on every page. It was so funny. And also the fact that George, the writer, was able to take, a genre that's so beloved and satisfy all the things you want from that teen genre, and yet have a gay protagonist, just felt like it was something that had never been done. I was like, okay, this is a movie that hasn't been made yet. And that, to me, was really exciting. Because 20 years from now, or 10 years from now, it's not going to be a big whoop to have a gay as the lead,
Yeah, let's fingers crossed.
Yeah.
One thing that I thought was really interesting when I was doing some research on this film was, you mentioned that Mr. Northey had actually tried to option the screenplay to other studios, but wasn't able to. Nobody wanted to back it up or fund it.
Well, George and I together, it was after I had come on board, we brought us to studios together, and because I like the idea of it being a studio film, because obviously gays are going to like it, because it's so fun and about us.
That's good.
But what was more impactful, obviously, is the world at large seeing it. And the studios, none of them wanted to make it because they just don't make teen movies anymore. The last big teen studio film was it was Perks of Being a Wallflower, but that was based on a book. A very beloved book. So that had a different circumstance. And then Easy A, which was now, 8 years ago? A while now.
It hasn't been that long.
I don't know exactly, but it's been a while.
How old am I? Sorry, anyway.
Might not have been that long ago, actually. Maybe Easy A was just 4 or 5 years ago, but it's still been a long time,
Yes. I mean, I don't know, I just thought that was really interesting, because I remember you said before that they weren't interested in backing because they're not interested in making teen movies anymore, and nobody wants to back a movie that is about gay people. even though it's 2013 and we have a ton of new gay role models, sort of like Chris Colfer and Matt Bomer, Zachary Quinto.
Yeah, well, I think it had to do because it was the teen comedy genre.
Oh, that was it.
Well, A, that genre is not being made as much generally, and B, that genre is certainly not going to be made with a gay teenager in the lead. So it's sort of like two strikes, I guess, against us. Whereas a film like Brokeback Mountain, which is based on a literary property, you know, is a little bit more, and has these huge names, you know, it's like Gus Van Sant and, you know, Heath Ledger, you know, that's a whole different caliber of movie. So I think it's possible for films with gay content to get made. I think it just depends on the source material, how, you know, much clout it has, and how big the director is, and the talent involved.
Okay. So, if you don't mind me asking, does that mean that if somebody like Gus Van Sant or Ang Lee or whomever were to direct it, do you think it would have been directed? Or we would have gotten more studio backing?
I don't think so, because it's still a teen comedy with a gay protagonist, which is, I think, a difficult melding of genre and sort of a taboo, you know, character in the lead.
It's not a tragedy.
Yeah, and also there is no world, I don't think, where either of those directors would make this script. It's just not their kind of thing, you know?
That's true. Yeah, it would be pretty weird. So going back to marketing for the film and the release dates, do you guys have an ad campaign? I know that I found out about the film through the internet. Like, a bunch of people were like, "Oh my God, Chad, look at this movie! It looks so good!" And then I would look at it and I was like, "Oh, this is interesting. What is this? It's
right.
Gay people? What?" But so I know that there was some trailer buzz on like YouTube and stuff.
Right. Yeah, DirecTV's going to apparently be spending $1 million marketing. There's going to be commercials and all that stuff on TV for the DirecTV release.
Oh, good. That's exciting.
Yeah, so it's going to get out there.
Oh, good. Yeah. All right.
And then it's going to be in like the November issue of Out Magazine. They did a big feature on the movie, and it's going to start. The actors will start doing talk show appearances. So we're just going to start doing press. In anticipation of the theatrical.
Oh, fun. Are you guys going to be doing like a viral campaign at all?
Yeah, we are. We have a social media person who's going to be working on the sites and stuff. But, you know, it's still an indie film, so it's not going to be something like the Carrie viral video, which has, you know, gotten millions of hits or whatever. You know, it's just that we don't have that kind of studio backing.
Right.
But the cool thing is, I think, for a film like GBF is that even if it doesn't have that much promotion when it first comes out, I think word of mouth, once it's out there, everyone can get it on VOD, and people start talking about it, you know? It's definitely a social media type movie.